grade 8 physical science class. I hope you are all doing good and fine. Yes, my dears. So we are discussing about the topic sound. So last session, before moving to today's class, we'll have a quick recap of the last session. Last session we discussed how do sound propagate. So you all know that sound is produced by vibrations. Yes, and also propagation. What do you mean by propagation? Propagation is nothing but spreading or transferring or transmission. Okay, so when I talk here, you can hear how my voice is, and if I am talking in a conference hall, you can able to, so that my voice is being spread for all over it. Okay, this is what propagation is. So sound is traveling in some way. From here to there, it is traveling in some way. So sound is also transmitted over a long distance. Yes or no? If I talk here, a person is standing over there. When I call him through with this name, he'll turn and see me, right? Because it travels to a long distance, so that the person can hear me, right? So for example, train sound, flying sound, all the sound you can hear. So sound will travel in a long distance. Okay, so sound is produced from one source and it is heard by many. For example, school bell. So it is produced from the ringer, right? But it reaches all the students of our school, right? So sound needs a medium for travel. So it needs a medium for travel. What is a medium? Medium is here. When in here at a particular topic here, medium refers to how the sound gets traveled. Okay, medium is a place where a particular sound or an object moves. Okay, so an object through which sound is transferred is said to be medium. So for sound it needs solid, liquid, gas, but it will not travel in the vacuum. In vacuum there is no matter will be there. Got it? So next we saw about the human ears. How do we hear? Commonly we will say, ma'am, we hear through our ears. But there is a mechanism. Ear is a sensitive organ which enables us to hear the sound around us. Okay. So we have three parts in the ear: is outer ear, inner ear, and middle ear. Right. So last class we have discussed about these three ears and about the eardrum. Clear all of you? And how to take care of our ears also. This is what we discussed in the last session. Okay. Coming to today's session, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of sound waves. Because sound travel in the form of a wave. Okay. So now we wanted to know, because we can hear many types of different sound. For example, from keyboard we hear one sound, from guitar a different kind of sound, from when a dog barks, the sound is entirely different. When a bird sound is different. So when I talk louder, when I talk in a husky voice, so there are different types of sound are there based upon the sound waves. Okay, now we are going to see about the characteristics of the sound wave. Okay, my dears, let's move on. So the major characteristics of sound waves are wavelength, frequency, time period, pitch, amplitude, speed, quality. Wavelength, frequency, time period, pitch, amplitude, speed and quality. So these are the characteristics of a sound. Okay. Normally I can say you that sound, how the sound waves are formed. Okay. I'll just draw a rough diagram like just for your understanding. Okay. See, here is a speaker. Speaker means you can have it as a loudspeaker through which sound comes. Okay. Here is an ear or a human being who is standing over there. Assume it. Okay. Now the sound is going to travel like a wave. See, like this it is traveling. Understood? See, the surface here is very thick. Maybe the particles here over may be closely packed like solids. Here it is like a very thin, right? In this area is very compression, where in this area where it is very less, that is refraction. Clear? Okay, understood. So here this how this is identified, where here the sound will be more louder, here it will be milder, okay, softer, here it will be more. That is what at this area in the places of compression the sound will be louder. At the spaces of refraction the sound will be milder, softer. Okay, so this is determined by the characteristics called as amplitude. Got it? Amplitude. So this is the loudness or the softness of a sound is determined by the amplitude. Understood? Determined by the amplitude. So it's depend on the force. For example, I'm just hitting this table. Okay. See, the things are getting vibrated. The sound is more. Okay. When my force is more, the sound is louder and the vibration is more. Okay. So it shows that depends on the force with which an object is made to vibrate. So my force on the table is more. It made the object to vibrate and the sound is louder. It shows that force is less, amplitude is less and sound is less. If force is more, amplitude will be more and the sound will be more. Clear all of you? Next is loudness of a sound is directly proportional to the amplitude. Understood? So when the amplitude more, the loudness will also be more. Clear? Next, loud sound travels larger than the larger distance, vice versa. So when you talk louder, it can be heard for a person who is in the long distance also. When you talk very softer, it cannot be heard. So that is what sound travels larger distance, vice versa. Okay. So vice versa means loud sound travels in a larger distance, but the softer sound will not travel in the larger distance. Understood? So now exactly we can say what is amplitude is magnitude of a maximum disturbance in the medium on either side of the mean value. This is said to be the amplitude. So magnitude is the speed of a maximum disturbances in the medium on either side of a mean value. This disturbance. Understood? So in the case of low amplitude, see. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and this is the time traveled by the sound. This is what the how louder it is. This is during the lower amplitude, the sound will be low. If it is high amplitude, the sound will be more. Understood? That is what magnitude of a maximum disturbance in the medium on either side of a mean value is said to be amplitude. Another word we can say amplitude as the maximum height of a wave on either side. Okay, maximum height of a wave on the either side of a mean. Understood? Of a mean position is called as amplitude. Clear? Clear all of you? So this is what the characteristics called as amplitude. I don't want to make you to confuse with all other characteristics. So today I explained you only about the amplitude. Clear all of you? So by the next classes we will be discussing about frequency, time period, all these things. Clear? If there is any doubt regarding this, kindly text me so that it will be easy for me. Next class I will be explaining you the other characteristics of sound. So characteristics of a sound depends on sound wave is wavelength, frequency, time period, pitch, amplitude, speed, quality. Understood? So amplitude determines the loudness or softness of a sound. Okay, and also depends on the force with which an object is made to vibrate. So force is less means amplitude will also be less, sound will also be less. If force is more, amplitude will also softer sound cannot travel for a long distance. So magnitude of a maximum disturbances, this is called as disturbances. How far it travels, okay? Disturbances in the medium on either side of a mean value. Clear all of you? That is said to be the sound amplitude, okay? So amplitude, the maximum height of a wave on either side of the mean is called as amplitude. Mean position is called as amplitude. So I'll just explain you like see, mean position, this is called as amplitude, okay? Clear all of you? So any doubts, kindly text me. Okay my dears, complete your worksheet. This week I will definitely give you the notes so that copy down. Okay my dears, thank you. Have a nice day.